my name's Alex Bailey. I am from Little Legends by Busy Bees in Rutherford, New South Wales. I've been at this service for coming into 9 years this year. Led my way through as a workplace student through to a lead educator, educational leader, 2IC, and I've now been the service manager for 2 years this year. This year we recently had assessment and rating where we moved from a working towards service to a meeting with exceeding themes. So it was a big excitement for us, and was really proud to lead our team through that success story. So for me, I will be honest, I felt a bit embarrassed to have the new format, only because of the fact that we are working towards service and it's so bright and basically, really in your face. So I knew we had a lot of work to do. I guess given the fact that it was in the midst of COVID, we kind of just slapped it up on the wall and used that time where the parents weren't coming into the service to really ramp up our practices, and knowing that we had just recently finished the quality support program and we're going to be going through assessment and rating. So yeah, we didn't really introduce it to the families at the start. It was more so once we had completed assessment and rating is when we introduced it to everyone. We had an initial representative come in and kind of just go through all of our practices, look through our program, do some observations whilst they were here. So I guess basically it was like a little mock assessment and rating, having someone in just to observe and take notes. And then from there, we worked with our representative to devise a plan of 4 areas that we would really like to work on within the service. For us, our biggest one was critical reflection. We just felt that we weren't reflecting enough and there were so many things that we needed to improve on. In 2018, we changed over to Busy Bees from an acquisition from our previous company. So, we still had a lot of work to do. And for us, it was a really good outcome focusing on critical reflection, because that was actually the themes that we got exceeding for through assessment and rating. So it really, proved that our hard work with that was really good. So we had weekly catch-up Zoom meetings just to touch base to see how we were going, what we had implemented, if there was anything that our representative could suggest that we include along with our other ideas. But yeah, so we had a lot of support. We could contact them basically whenever we wanted to. They would always ring and touch base. They were also checking on our mental health during COVID as well as the service, and to make sure that the team was doing okay. But yeah, for us, it was a bit daunting at the start, because I was like, what's going on? Are we, we're not good enough? But we really took it in our stride, and it was a really beneficial aspect for us to do. Yep, so with the educators here, I'm lucky to have worked alongside pretty much all of them their whole journey at the service. So we have a really great relationship. I just really needed to put forward to them that, it's a positive new improvement, and that just because of the current rating that we had at the time, that wasn't the end of our story. That wasn't going to stop us from continuously improving our practices and whatnot. It gave us an opportunity to really drive ourselves to the finish line to get through assessment and rating for this year and really up ourselves. I think, yeah, like I said, originally I was a little bit apprehensive about it and whatnot, but as long as I was just positive and supportive to the team, we pretty much can get through anything. And once we received our rating, that's when I really rammed up my conversations with the parents. And whenever they were in the foyer, I said, hey, have a look at this. This is our rating. We had families constantly within the week after assessment rating, how did you go, what rating did you get and whatnot. So for us, we actually had a 1-week turnaround for our draft report, so we were very excited, and then that just meant we were closer to be able to put it to the families. But yeah, so I just continued those conversations, and like I said, I just tried to encourage families to look at it. We shared the like on social media platforms, and then yeah, we just continue to talk about it. I actually had a parent who suggested us and said that we were in a meeting with Exceeding Theme Service. So for me to go, all right, our parents actually understand this new rating system and how the process works, I was very proud. So for us, we have our team meetings every second month. So yeah, basically we always make a point of having conversation about still now to the day about assessment and rating, just so we can continue to work on our practices that we want to further. So like having those conversations in those meetings will help encourage the knowledge for my newer staff, and just so they can listen in and start to listen to the language that the other staff members use. I also encourage staff members to sort of listen into like my lead eds, my 2IC, my educational leaders conversations when they're talking to the parents as well, just so they can have an ear in and use that as a guidance to learn as well the language to talk to families, so that they can feel a bit more comfortable, just in case someone comes up and asks them a question. At least they've had a bit of experience by just listening in and kind of taking part in a conversation, even if it's just standing there nodding your head agreeing to what the other educator says. So we're just trying to really use the communication method here. We feel that works best, especially with our families. But yeah, so just communication and talking at staff meetings. And obviously when we received the rating with the new certificate, I walked around to the service and just stood in front of everyone with it framed, just to make sure that they read it, they understood what was in front of them, and just to see their reaction.